Okay. So reading in general, it has got 40 questions to be solved in 60 minutes, and it is divided into 3 sections. Okay. So if you look at this, the first section has got 1 page information. So this is the 1 page information followed by some questions. Then there'll be another page information followed by some questions. So there'll be 13 odd questions in each section. Now by mathematics, you know that 13, 13, if I take 13 in this one also, it will be 39. So one of these sections might have 14 odd questions. All right. So every section is equally important. There's no increasing importance, or there's no one particular question which is highly marked or highly scored. Every question has got 1 mark. There's no negative marking in this. So don't leave anything blank in your actual exam. All right. When we are practicing in the group or as assignments, you can still mark even if you have not got it and star mark that question, just so that you understand is the question which you bluffed. All right. And just to understand if you got it right. If you think 50-50, maybe it's true, but I think it's not given as well, but let me put as true and just star mark it, because you know that, you just guessed it. It was not the actual answer, but you guessed it in that moment, or you're a little dicey about it. Then you'll understand how is your gut feeling. Your instincts or your intuitive feelings are supporting you, or every time you have that intuition that A is the answer, or most of the time it's not the answer. Okay, you'll try understanding those patterns. All right. So section 1 will be having 2 such patches. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 different topics, right? And all these 4 topics are for general category, are all related to our lives. Something related to restaurant, applying for jobs, HR, some kind of an animal, some kind of roof cleaning, fire equipment. Okay, anything that we might be dealing on a daily basis. Information is not related to India necessarily. Okay. So you might think, oh, where is this insurance? Where it is covered by government and all? It is covered by government in different other countries. All right. So you may not be able to relate to it necessarily like exactly as it is, but you can imagine it easily. And the last patch, which mostly people are concerned about, is a long patch which runs into 2 pages. Okay, but there are all 13 questions based on the same thing. So actually, really things don't change a lot. Okay, but since the information is back to back, people feel, oh my God, I have to read so much. There's so much of information given, and this reading becomes boring for people, those who are used to graphical reading. You understand? When people open the newspaper, what is the first thing that they observe? Some kind of a picture, image, photos, right? So we are like graphically and visually so inclined towards reading that something which is appealing, we'll just start reading that. And if it is important or not important. And media understands that. There's a reason in social media, on online news, they'll put a picture where, a person should stop scrolling. What? Amitabh Bachchan with Rekha? What happened? Once again? Okay. What? They pick up the phone and Ranveer Singh, they're fighting, their faces are like angry faces. What happened? Something like gossiping. So people will pause. They will pause their browsing and they'll really read it. So the images are missing in the reading part. And that's where it becomes a little boring for people who are really locked in the text. Okay. So what we can do is we'll try to build our own image. Okay. Now, let me tell you what we have to do first. Now, the general thing from school days, we have been taught that, okay, we have to read the passage first and then the question. Okay. Now, in reading, in IELTS reading, we will follow that only for certain types of questions. For other types of questions, we'll do ulta, exactly opposite. We will read the questions first and then come back to the passage. Now, how do I decide the sequence? Passage followed by questions or questions followed by passage? So I need to understand which questions are in sequence. Okay. So you can write down in your notebook. The questions or the answers which are in sequence are, okay, the first one, true, false, and not given. What does that mean? It simply means that the questions which are given here, the statements which are given here, are not sandwiched randomly. They are in sequence. Okay, that means if I find the answer for the first one, okay, I really don't have to read that for the second one. So for the second statement, I have to read after that. Okay, it's like levels. The way you have levels in the games, you move up, here you move down in the passage. All right. So if you think that I've got the first 3, I didn't get the fourth one, But then what you do is you start reading the fifth one and you get the fifth one. So you get, let's assume that you somewhere here, okay, I'm just using a random statement. Somewhere here, okay, you must have got your third one, and somewhere here you got your fourth one. Okay, it indicates that the patch in between will have the fourth answer clue. Did you understand?
Okay.
Okay. So it's okay to not get the fourth one. Don't spend a lot of time. Try to get the fifth one, and you'll understand, okay, the patch which I've left in between, somewhere there, the fourth one is hidden. That means if you get some time, more time, okay, you come back to this patch and then reread that patch to get it. Otherwise, you feel lost, like, where can be this answer? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Having been understanding that these questions are in sequence makes a lot of difference in our reading patterns. Otherwise, what happens is like our eyes move randomly. Where is it? Where is it? People go up, people go down, people go up here. Again, they reread. Okay, they keep reading it. Okay, so it's like a maze that they keep rotating, and they go around and round here. Where every para they come back and they check if the answer is somewhere here or here. Again, they come back here. Why? Because they're not confident. All right, they don't know that they are going in a sequence. They have to go in the sequence. Did you understand this one statement? True,
Yes.
false, and not given, the questions are in sequence. Okay? All right. So wherever the questions are in sequence, I'm going to read the questions first. Okay? So
Okay.
true, false, and not given, read the questions first. Now it all depends on your memory. If you think that I can read in all six questions, which is not the case, in most of the cases, people can't retain that. They tend to reread it. So
Right.
if you can retain all, you can read all the questions and then you can go back and search. But I would suggest read one, maximum two. Why to read the second one? Because sometimes you read the first one, you don't get it, and you I mean, you read and the information spills over to the next passage, and they, oh, I still didn't find the first one. Then I got the word replacement, which is then the second one. That means you stop and
Mm-hmm.
then you see, oh, I got this replacement. I got this non-delivery item. So I got the second one, but I still didn't get the first one. All right. So
Yep.
you know that anything about this can have the clue for the first one. All right. So you read two at a time. So it helps you to get the keywords. All right. If you think you can read the first one and you can get the first one well, no problem. You can read one at a time as well. Okay. Now, in your actual exam, if it is online, then the screen will be divided as left and right. Okay. So here also I can try dividing the screen. Just hold on. So I'm like, this is the information based on which I have to decide. I'll zoom in whenever required. And these are the questions. All right. Now look at the timer. It's 15:21. So you should ideally have 6 plus 3 minutes, like 9 minutes maximum to solve this, just to understand this is the ideal time. You can solve one question in 1 minute. Okay, that's good enough. That means you can solve 40 questions in 40 minutes. All right. But we know the questions are sandwiched in a way that they are sometimes hard or sometimes easy. It's not necessarily only easy in the beginning. Okay. So you might have an average time of 1.5. Let's try. Okay. You will receive a card. Now, when you read these words like receive, just imagine like you holding hands, or your hands are open and somebody's placing the card, okay, on your hand. Okay, that's my imagination. Imagine with me. Every word in this has to be imagined. You receive a
Okay.
card. I just imagine a card. It can be greeting card, visiting card, some card in your hand, telling you if an item, if is a condition, an item has been left with a neighbor. So left with a neighbor means you just imagine your neighbor. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and you imagine Amazon parcel or something like that, and the card says that your package is with Mr. Sharma. Okay, did you imagine that?
Yes.
Okay, let's go up. Oh, why did I go up? Sorry. I forget that
Mm-hmm.
I opened the other PDF. Okay, let's go here. Now tell me, the keywords in this would be card, item, neighbor, because you receive, left, and all these words may not be visible. Okay, find out. In the first para. Now don't randomly search. There are many people who search like this. So your eyes should not move like this. Your eyes can move like this. Or the second way is like keep it in the center. Left, right, left, right, left, right. You can go down. Did you find neighbor, item, anything, object, gift,
Neighbor,
delivery?
yeah, second last line.
Yeah.
For
Okay.
example.
Left with your
Mhm.
neighbor. Okay. All right. So I got something, but I exactly do not know what it is. Okay. Did you get a card? So I got the keyword. neighbor. I got the neighbor left. Oh, sorry, the word left. Did I get a card in my hand? Okay. So now this is the area which I'm going to reread. I'm going to pause. Okay. So don't read only this much and leave it. Okay. If your item wasn't delivered to the location you agreed, maybe, your home or whatever, your office. Example, that means they're saying the location you agreed means instead of your home, it was left with your neighbor without your consent. Okay. Then what? This is the outcome. It's the seller's legal responsibility to sort out the issue. Uh, did you see the card in your hand? If it is
So
without your consent, that means they didn't tell you. Okay, they didn't ask you, right? So I don't see a card also in this. Where have they told me that I'll be giving you a card? There's no mention of it. When you
but is the
see no mention of it, yeah,
is
yeah.
the item replaced by card? Is it for us to understand that
No, 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 no.
item?
Item is the word used for the package.
Okay.
Okay. Card is not like the card is like it is a message. The word card will be something like a message. Okay.
Okay.
So if you see the word, you'll receive a card telling you if an item. So there are two different things. Card is also there, an item. Item means your package. Okay. Huh. So you will receive a card telling you if an item has been left with a neighbor. Did you get any intimation? Where's your package? Did you get anything here that you received a card? Did you get any imagination or any visual that you got this? No. So there's no mention of it. I don't know. When I say I don't know is not given. Okay. So my first answer is not given. Because since they said write not given, please get into the habit of not given. In the question paper or in the answer sheet, you can write here NG and then you can leave it. But while transferring, please do not transfer NG. It's a major blunder. Okay.
Could it
Did you
be in
understand?
paragraph 2? Yeah.
Huh. Any
Could it be in
questions?
paragraph 2? I mean,
No, it's a neighbor, right? So I can
yeah.
read it. Okay, if the item doesn't turn up, you're legally entitled to a replacement refund. But then I think I read replacement refund something there, right?
Yeah.
That means I think they're moving to the next one, right?
Yeah.
Replacement refund. I read these two words. So that means it's not there. So whenever it's not given, I can keep an eye stating that, oh, maybe it's there in the upcoming paragraphs. It might be there. Okay. So keep your mind open that you might find that answer. But if you got the second one, then case closed. All right.
Yes.
So again, I got the words replacement or refund. Now don't read the passage. Never ever read the passage first. Read what you want. Kiana, can you read this? Kiana absent?
Yeah, I'm there.
Read the
It
question.
may second one, right?
Yeah.
It may be quicker to get a refund than a replacement for
Yeah.
a not delivered item.
Okay. Please write down the words in this quicker. Okay. These are the traps. If. Okay. These are all traps. Okay. Quicker than. When I say quicker than, not exactly the word quicker, but comparison. Okay. Comparison is a trap. They might mention refund and replacement, refund or a replacement, but they may not have compared it necessarily. Okay. So in true, false, and not given, visually we think, oh, it's same thing, refund, replacement, they are, but then we forget that they have been compared here. They have been said that they are saying in the sense that one side is better than the other side in some way. Okay. Here it is quicker. Okay. It can be faster. It can be efficient, more efficient. All right. So one side is better than the other side. Is that so? So listen, it may be quicker to get a refund than a replacement. That means paisa lo wapas. Okay. Don't go for replacement for a non-delivered item. Exactly the same thing happened. Okay. In our case, that we had ordered an item on Amazon, and due to this heavy rains in the last 1 week, okay, the item was not delivered. And they told us that if you don't get it by 1st of July, you can ask or you can claim for a refund. We haven't done it yet today. I don't know what's the status, but so these are the things that we can relate to. Okay, so imagine it. So are they talking anything about easier, better? Read this. So Amita, you'll read the second para first line.
Yeah, so if the item doesn't turn up, you are legally entitled to a replacement or refund.
Yes.
Yes.
Now read the second sentence.
You can ask for your money back if you don't receive the item within 30 days of buying it.
Read the third sentence.
If the seller refuses,
Hmm.
you should put your complaint in writing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then, if that doesn't work,
If that doesn't work, you could contact their trade association, look on their website for this information, or contact them to ask.
okay. Now, wherever they're talking, they are just telling you the next step, the next step, the next step. If this doesn't work, do this. If that doesn't work, do that. Right? So you don't have to remember all the information, but you need to understand the linear thing. There's a linear process. If A doesn't work, then there's B. If B doesn't work, there's C. Have they ever compared replacement or refund? But it is more than, less than, better than?
No, either this or that.
Yeah, either this or that. So all this process, what we are talking of, is for replacement or a refund, right? So again, if you see, you might also be able to get your money back. That means refund. Okay? Through your bank or payment, right? This depends on how you're paid. But again, is there any comparative word better than, easier than, faster than? Okay? There's no comparison, right? So that means this entire para of refund and replacement, where the keywords are not comparing. Okay? So I don't know again whether it is quicker. I know that I can claim, okay? But I don't know if it is quicker, faster to do this over that. Correct? Did you understand? Okay.
So
Correct.
since the word quicker or something like that sort of is not mentioned,
Yes.
some of the information is missing and hence it
Yes.
is not given. I thought
Yes.
it could be false.
It could be false when you think that exact opposite information exists. That means you should say it is not quicker.
Okay.
Okay. It may be quicker. So exact opposite information is not quicker. For example, what is opposite of tall?
Short.
Somebody is not tall, right?
Okay.
What is the opposite of taller? She's taller than me. What is the opposite of taller?
Not taller.
Not taller. Okay, so even if she is as good as my height, still it is false. You understand? So it is not only shorter. Okay. So taller means she has to be beyond my height. If I'm like 6 feet, she has to be 6'1" at least. But if I'm 6 feet and she's also 6 feet, then still it is false. Okay. She is taller than me. No, she is as good as me. Right? She did not be necessarily shorter than me. So it may be quicker. No, it's not quicker. Okay. You understand? It's not quicker. It can be same time or it can be lesser time. Both the things are opposite. Okay, but I have no information whether this is faster or as good as it. I have no comparison. That's the reason it is not given. Did you understand?
Yes.
For example, Fiona is coming back home from her clinic and she realizes that she didn't get the cheese for the pizza that she has planned in the evening, right? So she tells her husband, "Can you get cheese?" He says, "Okay." And he comes back home. All right. And he gets Amul cheese, and that was sliced one. And Sienna wanted the cube cheese, which is of Go brand. Okay. An assumption, all hypothetical cases. Okay. All right. What was the problem here? What does the husband complain? Sienna complains, "Oh, why did you get this? I wanted Go cheese. That to a cube." What will the husband say?
This was only available.
No.
The requirements were not appropriate. Yeah.
No. Right. The husband will point at you, Sienna. He will say, "You told me to get the cheese. This is cheese. Did you give me the specifications?"
No.
No. So if the specifications are not given, it can be any cheese on the earth, right? In any form, of any brand, in any quantity.
Yeah.
Right? He can get 100 grams, he can get 2 cubes only, assuming that you're 2 people, but you might probably require 100 grams. You understand? So this is the information which was not given to him. The brand was not given, the quantity was not given, the type of cheese not given. So he can assume anything. Do you understand? So we actually have a lot of not given statement every day in our life, in any relationship, right? For
Yeah.
example, Amita's maid says that मैं महीने का 2 दिन नहीं आएगी. Did she mention which 2 दिन?
No.
No. And Amita's in-laws are coming on 3rd of July. And the maid bungs on 3rd of July and 4th of July. What will happen on 5th of July when she's back?
She gets a
What?
good pasting. You didn't.
Yeah, why didn't you turn up on 3rd and 4th? She said, बोला था आपको महीना में 2 दिन नहीं आएगी. यही 2 दिन मिला आपको. And she will complain, आपने थोड़ी ना बोला था कोई आने. You understand? Because we
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
pass on the exact information. So think in the passage that if the exact precise information is passed on, if it is given there, if it is not given there, then it is not given. Now, certain things are false. We'll come to that when it is false. All right. Now,
We've
can you say-
already done this, I think. Yeah?
Did we do reading with you?
Yeah, this is over for me.
Okay. All right. But did we do the entire reading with you?
Okay.
Okay. You're entitled to a refund if, again, it's a condition. The item fails to arrive by a certain time. Now, please note down this word as well. Certain time. They're vague words, but in the passage, you'll be finding some particular number. Okay, where's that particular number?
30 days.
Yeah. You can ask your money back. Money back is refund if you don't receive the item within certain time. What is certain time specific here?
30
Within
days.
30 days. So this is the general pattern in IELTS. They give vague words in the question. That is true for listening as well as for reading. Okay. For
Yeah.
example, now write few examples in your notebook. Vague to certain or specific. What could be the examples? In listening also, this will help you. For example, okay, 1, certain time. And they'll give you some time frame, 60 days. Okay. Many people. And they'll give some 40 men and women. You understand? Mostly they are numbers, statistics. All right. Then, many cultures. Okay. Then they'll give you the list of it. Asian. You can write it in small. Asian, then African, then European. You understand? They are talking of many cultures. Okay.
In terms of quantity,
Yeah. They'll give some specific information, many languages. Then it could be like a long list of languages. Okay.
yeah.
French, German, Sanskrit, Indian, whatever it is, whichever languages you want to. So they will be actually mentioning something vague in this, but you expect that in the audio or in the reading, there'll be a long list of it. You understand? For example, here also there'll be many features. Okay. And they might say that it is flexible, it's cost effective, so on and so forth. Got it? You should understand they're referring to the same thing. All right?
Yeah.
Does this help?
Yes.
All right. So here also we got this true.
Yes.
Okay. Can I erase this? Have you noted it parallelly?
Yes.
Because if I actually take the done. So let's erase this and go for the third one, which is true. Okay.
Yeah.
There's a time limit when using the chargeback scheme for a debit card payment. What's the time limit? When they say time limit, again, there'll be some time limit, like
Certain
120
time.
days, 5 days, 40 days, 60 days. When using the chargeback, so my keyword is a chargeback because it's given a single inverted comma for debit card payment. That means I need to find some debit card or chargeback this here in a sequence. All right. I'll scroll up. What should I do? Read. Now, wherever I get the word, stop and read. Okay. If you paid by credit card and the item cost less than £100, you should contact your credit card company and say you want to use the chargeback scheme. Okay. Oh, there's a chargeback here also. Sorry, I didn't read it.
Yeah.
If you paid by debit card, contact your bank and say you want to use the chargeback scheme. Is that so? Is it the same thing? No, we are looking for a time
No.
limit. Okay, so time limit, I can see your 120 days. Okay. You should do this within 120 days. Yes, it's a time limit. There's a time limit within 120 days for a debit card payment. Is it debit card? Debit card.
Yes.
Okay.
True.
So match all the pieces and then build the whole picture. Yes, it's true. Then fourth, fifth, you can use, I hope you're just writing down parallelly. One is not given, this is not given, this is true, this is true. You're writing it down in your notebook. Okay.
Yeah.
Just put C15 P1 so that you know that we have solved this test. Okay. There's a time limit. After that, you can use a chargeback scheme for a credit card payment for more than 100. So these are my keywords: £100, credit card, and can I use for more than?
It's given less than £100.
Yeah, but there is some information for more than, right?
Yes.
So I know that I can use this card for less than 100, right?
Yeah.
But what happens when it is more than 100? Can I use the chargeback?
Contact. No, they haven't mentioned in that you have to contact your credit card company.
And say that you want to make a Section 75 claim. Can I
No,
use the
you
same scheme then? No, I have to use something else, right?
Yes.
So this information is not matching. This is exactly opposite. There's some other information. Okay, for more than there's some other process. This is not the process. So this is opposite idea. That means it is false. Okay. Fiona, I think you have a faint memory of this, but still, if there are any concerns, you can ask me anytime. Okay.
Yeah.
This is kind of a revision for you then. Okay.
Yes.
Are you good with the first 5? Can you go to the last one?
Yeah.
Okay. Amita, all good?
Yeah, I was just stuck on the third one. Third one was, I guess it
True.
was true.
True.
Yeah.
120 days.
Correct.
Yeah, not 120 days. Entitled if 120 days only, I guess. Here there was some 30 days. Say this. 30 days. 120 days.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, and the last one. PayPal's online resolution center. Just imagine something like a BPO center. Imagine, don't just lock the words in your mind. There was a word resolution, there was a word. Imagine. Has a good reputation for efficiency. That means happy face. Okay, of a
Good
customer.
customer service.
Yeah, something like that. Find out PayPal after this.
The last one.
Yeah. Is there any appreciation in that statement?
No.
No. We are simply saying if you paid using this PayPal, use the same center to report your dispute. You must do this within certain time. Are they appreciating? Oh, they'll definitely help you. They have been already rated as one. So have
No.
they? No. There's no mention of whether they have good reputation, but that doesn't mean that they have bad reputation, right? There's simply no mention of it. Okay. So when I say Kotak Mahindra ATM is next to the station, am I really giving you some kind of a positive or negative point? To your mind, it can be positive. Oh, it's close to the station, so it is easy for people to use, blah, blah, blah. Okay. But have I given you anything positive or negative in that statement? No, it's just a plain information. Okay. So you should understand which is just an information and which is a sentence which is actually positive, favoring, giving benefits, or giving negatives. Got it? So here there's no reference of it. So not given. I have no idea whether they have got good reputation, yes or no.
Yes.
Okay? Good. So it is not given, true, false, not given.
Not given.
Yes. Okay. Rice cookers. Rice cookers. Did you imagine your rice cooker? Whatever you have at home. Did you imagine?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What's the best rice cooker for you? I have no idea. I'm going to this Hawkins and Maru's and whatever malls. Okay. And I'm just going to this place and I can see on different stands, some different brands. Okay. They are named in a different way. All right. Now, these are the paragraphs really talking about each cooker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. I have these statements down here. Okay. They are never ever in sequence. Write down. These are matching the information. Match the
Pooja,
information.
we've done. Pooja.
You've done this also?
Yeah, we've done this also.
Okay, then we'll shift to the next one. Okay. I'll tell you more about this, Amita.
Yeah.
Okay, the next time we meet. So,
Yeah.
have we done this? I think we completed the entire section 1.
Section 1 we've done, right? Yeah.
Not 2.
So section 2 is remaining, correct?
Okay, all right. Okay. So, for the convenience of both of you, we'll start this one. Okay.
Okay.
So, safety when working on roofs. Now, erase everything which I talked about before. Okay. All right. Did you imagine the roof?
Yes.
Whatever
Yes.
you used to draw in the childhood, any roof that you can think of, you can think of your building roof also. Okay. Safety when working on roof. So, what do you know about the safety? Imagine when somebody is working on the roof. Why we are talking of safety? What kind of information would be sandwiched there? If somebody is working on roof of the houses, what kind of safety would be there?
The person
Imagine
should
if I
not
tell you,
fall. Yeah.
There would
the person
be
should not fall, right? So there would be what kind
net.
of protection gears? Net, yes, some kind of gears and accessories that he has to use, right? You must have
Yes.
seen those corporate offices with those blue transparent glasses. These glasses which are being cleaned outside. There's this housekeeping service which actually have these services where they clean it from outside. At least in the
Yes.
movies, you must have seen it, and that's how they actually get the entry to the organization. Then they really smuggle something from there or loot something from there. They uh, hijack something, They all these antisocial elements are shown that one becomes a fireman, one becomes a security guard, one becomes a housekeeping cleaner. You must have seen that. They clean the facade from outside. Okay, so these are the things that we are referring to. Again, lost the connection. So we are also thinking, predicting before we read. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what we do is we predict before we actually start reading. So the title itself helps us to, give the information to a brain or give signals to a brain that, your antennas should start looking out for information that you already have. Okay. Through movies, through documents, through your real life experiences, anything that comes to your mind. All right. So what I imagine is this, a guy hanging, cleaning the facade. I don't know if I get this. Okay. If I get why it is search.com. I imagine something like this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is this the harness that
Yeah.
they are clinging to?
Right. So everything that they are attached to, okay, whether you're doing bungee jumping or when you're using this adventure sports, okay, that you are harnessed. That's the right word. Yes. Okay. So I was imagining this by the time, by the time I start reading, I already have certain images in my mind. Okay.
Right.
So
Yeah.
predict. The more you predict, the more you'll get into the movie. Otherwise, you'll be locked in the world. All right. Let's start. Now, do I start reading or do I start focusing on the questions? Depends on the type of questions. Write down once again in your notebook. Questions in sequence. Filling the blanks are in sequence. Write down FIB in sequence. Write short forms as short as possible and mark it or box it. FIB is filling the blanks are in sequence. Just write FIB sequence. Same like true, false, and not given. This will be also one after the other. Okay. Why should I read and make efforts to read the entire passage when I want only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 words out of these 200 words? You understand? Let me use the second for the passage and this one for question. Okay. All right. Why should I actually read so much? Don't. Let's go passage wise. First one. This is the first question.
Not more
Imagine.
than 3 words. Yeah.
Yes, the instruction. No more than 3 words doesn't mean that you have to write 3 words. Okay, it can be 1, 2, or 3. And or a number. That means I can use 3 words and 1 number, or else 3 words or a number, not 3 numbers. Okay, so this instruction is very important. And or, but or a number. Okay, so along with the 3 words or 2 words or 1 word, I can have a number. Okay, or it can be only a number. Okay. First, imagine. Investigations show that when they use the word investigations, the other words for investigations could be research, report, survey, study, something like that. So get used to thinking of some synonyms. Okay. Show that over half of falls. Did you imagine somebody falling?
Yeah.
Yeah. What is over half of? Did you imagine something in percentage?
Yes.
More than 50%. I'm not saying everything has to be converted, but to my mind, this came as a number. Okay. Of half of falls, somebody has fallen from a height, are from less than. What do you expect here? From. Where are they falling from?
From a place or something like that.
Yes. Okay. Less than what? When I say less than, more than, they fall from less than. What kind of a word would be there or number would be there?
Dash feet or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dash feet, meters, kilometers, what it is. Okay.
Mhm.
Yes, absolutely right. So I need to really understand they fall from where. Okay.
Yeah. Fall from
Read.
a height.
Oh, I actually gave you the clue to your eyes. Where are people falling? When they're working, they're falling. And more than 50%. They have used 50%.
Yeah.
You know, it's just sheer coincidence. I didn't read this or I didn't give you an
Under
clue in
3
advance.
meters. Yeah.
Yeah. Under means less than. 3. Exactly like this, you'll write 3 and meters. Write
Okay.
S. Write the same spelling. Okay. Please do not make any changes in the answer. In reading, it has to be the exact word from the passage. Okay. 99% of the time it will fit in. Did you get the answer? 3 meters?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Less than 3 meters. We anticipated some feet. Okay. Some number would be there. Right? When you anticipate, your eyes also searching for it. Uh-huh.
METRE, right?
Yeah. METRES. Whatever they write. If they write TER, you also write TER. Okay.
Okay.
Now I know there are 4 points in this. That means this 4th point will actually be after this $24 million, wherever it is.
Yes.
So I don't read these two. I don't waste my time. I directly read majority of the falls. You understand majority? Majority is like maybe more than 70, 80. Okay. Or out of 10, more than 70%. Occur on. What is on? On some place, on some day. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. On is like on some reason, on purpose, but I don't think so. It will happen on purpose, right? Okay. On some surface, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Let me go and read after 24 million, wherever I see this. Did I see this 24 million? That's my clue. Don't read anything
Yes.
before this. Where's majority?
More injuries happen on
Yeah. So majority is more injuries. On,
residential building sites.
yeah.
3 words.
So can I use 3 words? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I can. So I'll use this. Please start writing the words next to the questions. Okay, so that at the end of the day, you have a page which has got answers. Otherwise, you'll feel that I don't know if I've solved this. You won't have any memory. So 15th one, 3 meters. 16th one, residential building site. Copy exact vowels at the right place with plural. If you write any 2 words, you're still going to get wrong. Okay?
Yeah.
Good. Is this fine? Should we go ahead?
Yes.
Yeah. There's a lot of information between 16th and 17th. Okay. So there's some information and after that controls. So let me focus directly on controls. I'll not read this. If I'm in a hurry, why should I read this, right? Why should I waste my time?
Yeah.
So control. Dash the hazard at the planning stage before the work begins if possible. What will we do with the hazard? Will we increase, decrease? Will we control? Some negative word would be there, right? We'll minimize the hazard, avoid the hazard. No, we'll do something, right? We'll do something to minimize it. So what should I do before the work? Where the control?
Prevent.
You see hazard identification. Now we are looking at controls. Where is the prevent?
First line, second paragraph. In order to prevent
In
such
order to prevent such
injuries.
injuries, hazard assessment. Assessment before the work starts. When conditions such as the weather or worker numbers change. No. Where is this weather and worker numbers? Because I have just got this, right? Here. Your previous answer was here.
Yeah.
I can't have the word here because there's some more information which is there in the list. This information.
So that is somewhere in the second last line of the second
So where the
paragraph.
weather and worker numbers change, and after that I'll get it. Where the weather and worker numbers change. Where's the weather?
Second
And
last
worker
line.
Yeah. So I
Hazard is
can say
identification.
weather or worker numbers change. Change. Right?
Yes.
It should be
Yes.
repeatedly, periodically done. For example, the weather or numbers of staff on site. This information is completely focusing on these 2 pointers, but there's no blank in these 2 pointers. Why should I even focus? That means the answer for controls will, however tempting it looks like, oh, preventing the hazards or hazard at the planning stage before the work is possible. So that looks grammatically fine, but it's not there in this para.
Not there. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Controls. Where are the controls? So now in the next para, you tell me what should I do in the planning stage if possible? Planning. Did you get the word planning?
No.
Planning. Third
No?
line.
Third line. Okay.
This can sometimes be done.
This
But
can be
this
done, but what can be done? I want to do something during the design construction planning, but what can be done? This can be done. So this is the word which is a signpost which indicates something previous to it. What? So previous sentence has the answer. Somewhere here. You tell me what can be done? Dash the hazard in the planning process. So it's possible.
Eliminate
Yes.
the
Eliminate the hazard. The word hazard is used as it is, but instead of prevent, which actually means the same thing, but the word here is eliminate. Okay. Whether it is possible. Again, the possibility factor is there. All right. Now read the sentence once again if you're matching the same thing. Dash the hazard at the planning stage before the work begins is possible. Is it the same thing? The first thing to be
Yes.
considered is whether it is possible to eliminate this hazard completely so that the workers are not exposed to the danger of falling. This can sometimes be done at the design construction planning, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Then I got the word eliminate.
So
Second
this
thing which we are going to
question,
get.
yeah, in the passage, this question is bifurcated into 2 different sentences.
Yes. No, see this. Yeah, if possible, prevent a fall by using edge protection. Example, scaffolding. You understand scaffolding?
No.
When they paint the building, they put some bamboos around it.
Yeah.
That is for scaffolding. I'll show it to you for your reference. You must have seen it already, but you don't know if it is called it. So remember that
Painting,
scaffold.
they use it, right? They built
The
the
entire
painting.
structure that they have, mostly in the residential ones, they have this of bamboo, but here they have of metal for bigger buildings and all. Right? That's scaffolding. Okay. The question is prevent a fall by using the edge protection. You know, something which is there at the edge. Maybe like a net or something, which Siona said at the beginning, right? Scaffolding or, now or means second option. So where the word scaffolding is there next to it.
Yeah.
Third paragraph. 6th line. It may be possible to use the existing scaffolding.
Platforms should be used.
Yeah, scaffolding as edge protection. If this is not practical, that means it is or, then
Practice.
temporary work platforms. How many words can I take out of this?
3.
Yeah, temporary work platforms. So can I use or temporary work platforms? Yes. Can I use 3 words? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, perfect. Then reduce the likelihood of injury. Example by using reduce the likelihood. What else?
Pooja, could you please go back to the question, please?
Reduce the likelihood of injury.
Okay.
Okay. Likelihood of injury. Injury होगा ही नहीं उसका कम करना है. The possibilities ही कम करना है. Again, it's an example. By using what?
Using some
Imagine,
tool or something like that.
Yeah. Where will you minimize?
There's likelihood also, you know.
But where's the injury or harm? So likelihood of harm is there. But what do I use? Minimize, ठीक है.
Yeah. This means considering the use of safety
Safety
nets.
nets.
Yeah, right. So although the words are here, then steps
Mhm.
should be taken. But which steps? So the name is, yes, exact name is,
Safety
or the
nets.
word would be
Safety
safety
nets.
net. Two
Safety
words.
net.
Yes. And other similar systems, which I cannot use. Other similar systems.
Mhm.
Safety nets. See, when you have the understanding of what we're actually reading about, we automatically get certain words in the mind and they are used somewhere. Like safety
Mm.
nets was already used by Fiona in the previous, without even reading, conversation
Yeah.
previous to this.
Right.
Yes. Then training should be provided. No, sorry, ladders. Now this is ladders. Okay.
Mhm.
These should be only be used. Only is a condition. Okay. For what? Okay. Either for what or which does not take a long time. Now always remember in the filling the blanks, negative and a word can become a positive there. For example, she is not tall means
You're
other word
short.
would be she is short. Okay. It
Mm.
is not convenient means it is inconvenient. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It is not hard means it is
Soft.
Easy.
yeah.
Easy.
So this is how they are going to paraphrase in the passage. All right.
Mhm.
So not something you can note down this. Okay. Not hard. Don't try to search the word hard here. Okay. It would be easy. Okay. Or it is not efficient. And it could be something like inefficient. Okay. Most of the time we are so trained, our eyes are so trained to look at the words and to find the same word. So when you're saying
Yeah.
not for a long time, what could be the word? Replacement?
Short duration or something like that.
Huh. Short duration. Something like that. Yes. Okay. So your mind should be thinking from both the perspectives. Either you get this, if you don't get this, at least you get this. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's find ladders. When can I use the ladders? Okay.
Only be used for short
I have to go
duration
down.
maintenance.
Yeah. Short duration, which is not long. But
Yeah.
used for what? Short duration maintenance, which does not take a long time.
Yeah. No, that it's one and the same, which you
Yeah.
said.
So which word should I pick up from that?
It be used for touching up paint or something.
No, I don't need an example. These should be only used for. You actually gave me the answer, but that was like redundant answer. This word suggests it's an example. The touching of the paint is an example, but what it is used
Just
for? Only be employed means used. Okay, short duration means not for long time. But what kind of a work?
Maintenance work.
Yeah. Okay.
right.
All right. So
Okay.
most of the time people go wrong in spite of getting the right because they use actually the entire structure. Because I can
This
use
was
3 words.
tricky. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And we don't read that next patch, which does not take a long time. Okay. So in the examination, so this has happened in the actual exam that dash passes were given complimentary at the gate. Okay. And in the passage, it was free passes were given at the gate. Sorry. The word was passes. The dash were given complimentary at the gate. Okay. And in the passage, it was free passages were given. Free passes were given. Okay. Complimentary and free is one and the same thing. So if I write here free passes, why am I saying passages? Okay. Free is actually becoming redundant. Redundant means repetitive. Free and complimentary. Okay. So I need to drop the adjectives wherever there's which. Okay. Whatever comes after which is the adjective. It's describing the same thing which is there. Okay. The bag which I gave you, the test which I took last time. Okay. The book which I was referring to, the shoes that you got from or which you got from the mall. It's nothing but expressing the same thing. Okay. And it is therefore something which has to be taken care of in the examination that you don't repeat something which is already given in the adjective. Please note this. Okay.
Yeah.
How would you note it? Either you note this as an example and cut free. Okay. And because give the arrow here.
Hmm.
You'll remember this as an example. Okay. So wherever you have this temptation of putting the adjective along with the noun, think if it is expressed somewhere in the passage,
Mhm.
especially in the form of which, that.
Mm. Yeah.
Done? Noted?
Yes.
Good. Training should be provided in their. Now there could be some name of
Place.
the place or name
Place.
of the people, like organization or something like that. Like there means employees, employers, or organization. In there. In means where, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where should the training be given? Training is my keyword. Find out. This was
Should
the
be
last.
trained
This was the. In there what?
in the section
Study.
and safe.
So training should be provided in the dash and use.
Dash.
Okay, there means maybe the ladders. Ladders. There means ladders. Use. So where's the word training?
Instructed, trained, should be
Yeah,
trained and
trained and
instructed.
instructed means people using ladder should be trained means entire thing becomes training, right?
Mm-hmm.
When or where in the selection and safe use, they have said use and is already there.
Mm.
So which word has to be put before and?
Selection.
Yeah. So sometimes what we anticipate is not the same. So I
But
thought maybe when I read this here as a candidate in the examination, training should be provided in their maybe premises, in their office.
yeah, in
I
their
thought something like
workshop or
that.
something
In
like
their
that.
workshop, okay, in their initial days, in their
Mm.
probation, something like that, okay, in their internships. But it is not about that. It is about in there. There means not people. It is in there means ladder. Here, ladders. That means plural is matching with there. Okay. So dash and use. So the answer is sandwiched before this use and after this training. And if you see this training, this entire thing becomes training. People using ladder should be trained. Means training. Okay. In the selection and safe use, they have dropped the adjectives. Okay. Your safe word is out. Only use. There means of ladders. Did you understand? The word is
Okay.
selection. Training should be provided in their selection and use. That's it.
Hmm.
Are you with me?
Yeah.
So even if you don't get the word, and you think, what are they saying? Try to understand where's training, where's use, and use ke pehle and hai. So anything in between that, is it making sense if you choose any word in that and try to put that word? In the selection they have given, but in the selection of ladders, that means in their selection. There means here it is indicating ladders. Okay? Did you understand? You want me to repeat?
No.
Okay. Amita,
Yeah, I'm
bouncer?
good.
Okay.
No.
All right. Last one. Regular dash of ladders is required. You tell me. If you're using any equipment, any machine, anything like a tool like ladders, regular, what will you do?
Maintenance.
Yeah, something like maintenance, right?
Hmm.
I don't know if it's the same word.
Inspection.
Inspection.
Inspection. Here it is inspection. But you already gauged that word, okay? It's like a
Yeah.
synonymous structure. Perfect. Nice and good. All right. So we finished the filling the blanks for this. All right. Now, okay. Maternity allowance for working women. Oh, we already imagined it, right? HR policies of the company,
Yeah.
right? And our policies might be different than their policies, Indian policies, but we know that typically, how many weeks, okay, are allowed for this, and what is the allowance for this, and what is allowed, how many before the delivery, after the delivery, and how to claim. It's a process, right? Most of the companies have website these days. They don't have like people communicating, but it's like a document which you get if you're working in a corporate world, right? They're again filling the blank. So is it necessary to read this entire information? No, don't waste your time. Okay, filling the blanks are in sequence. Okay, and nothing else. Only 5. Did we find? Now look at the time, 4:10. Let's see in 5 minutes if we can find. All right, first question. Maximum amount of money. Did you understand the outer range? Okay.
Yeah.
A woman can get each week is, find the answer from this, is the amount that we are thinking of. Is the maximum. Look at the amount. There's any amount? Where's the amount?
The
Quick.
amount that you get.
140.
Yeah, there are only 2 amounts here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And you know, if it's the first filling the line, it won't be like 2 down. And I
Mhm.
don't see any numbers here, but it has to be one of them. Now read
Yeah.
each week. Where's that each week? Maximum
140 pounds a week.
140. Yes. Right. Hold on, my battery. Okay. Yeah. 140.98. Okay.
Yeah.
Will you write the pound?
No.
No, it's already given in the
mentioned.
question. This is another blunder that most of the students do. They write additional symbols which are not required. Okay. Will you write the pound? No, you'll not write the pounds, percentages, if they are already given in the. So write down somewhere. Okay. Pounds, dollars, percentages, not to be repeated if given in the blank. I'm telling you to write so that you spend little more time and then you register parallelly in your mind.
The symbols should not be repeated. The symbol.
Repeated, huh? Don't say not be written. If they're given in the blank, like pounds is
Mhm.
already given here,
Huh.
right? So
Mm.
if I write again pounds 140, it's like a repetition.
Okay.
Right? When you fill up the
So-
form and doctor is already written, will you write Dr. Siona? Like
No.
DR again? No. Dr. Dash. Doctor, your name first.
So the
So-
pounds and words should not be written if the rest is
No. Word, symbol, don't write anything.
Okay.
Okay. If it is given. If it is given. If it is not given, obviously you have to write because it's a number and it's an amount. Okay.
Hmm.
It should carry its own unit. All right. Wasn't it easy? It takes not more than 15 seconds to locate, okay, there are 2 numbers and this is the maximum one, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Being dash for a time does not necessarily mean that a woman will not be eligible for maternity allowance. That means being dash for a time. Maybe what? Being dash for a time.
Not employed or employed.
Yeah, something like that, right? Try to search. Can I use 2 words? No more than 2
More
words. So I can
than-
use 2 words. Okay. Being not employed. Do you see anywhere not employed? You said not employed, but
Self-employed.
self-employed for a time. Is it given for a time?
No.
For
No.
39 weeks.
39 weeks is, yeah.
You might get, but you might get allowance for 39 weeks if one of the following applies. But then they are talking of being dash for a time does not necessarily mean. Okay, so
not
in your
a-
mind you said being unemployed, not employed, aise kuch hai na?
Mm.
So yes, it is given here. The same word is given here.
Oh.
It doesn't matter if you had
Oh,
different jobs or
yeah.
periods when you were unemployed. Periods means there's some time.
Unemployed. Yeah.
Okay, so actually thought of that word, but you were locked somewhere here. Self-employed,
Yeah,
employed,
yeah.
self-employed, not employed. Okay, so this is where you get locked in the text. Okay,
Right.
25th. In order to claim, a woman must send, it's a compulsion, must send in singular. Okay,
Mhm.
it's a noun. Okay, or a small earnings exemption certificate. So anything which is just before small earnings exemption certificate as evidence of income. Where is that income certificate? Find out. Did find the income certificate just before that. Either that
All any
certificate
exemption.
or
How to claim.
MIA claim from MA1 something.
and you got the
MA1.
certificate.
Payslip.
Payslip. Anything
Payslip.
before that, yes.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
so yes. Perfect. Or. Then, in order to claim, a woman may need to provide again, singular,
payslip.
as
Yeah.
evidence of the due date. Due date. This was the evidence of an income. Due date. Okay. Due date के लिए क्या बोलोगे तुम? क्या दिखाओगे? कभी है due तुम्हारा? What will you show payslip?
No.
Oh.
इतना पैसा मिलेगा तो I'll deliver. Otherwise I'll not deliver.
No, I was
How
still
funny it
clinging to
sounds.
the previous question.
Yeah. So, what is the proof of your due date? Logically think.
Doctor's letter.
HR क्या? Yes. Doctor's letter. Prescription or something like that. Yes. Absolutely. Here is doctor's letter. And the last one. Payment may be affected by differences in someone's. So you understand payment may be affected by differences. That means you just imagine two women who are applying, and in someone's dash, such as a return to work and local, something must be informed. Okay. In someone's what? Now, such as is an example. As a return to work, someone's joining possibly. Where is it? Someone's like return to work. Example. Such as.
if you get back to work.
Such as means example. Okay. Return to work means get back to work. So anything before that. This is their job center plus or something like that. But the answer is there in the first part.
You should report any changes.
Payment may be affected by differences means changes. Okay. In
Circumstances.
yes. Right. Now the word reporting is not there, but sometimes it doesn't happen the way you had planned, right? You might think that, okay, I'll join in the first month, after 2 months when the baby gets delivered. But you think that, no, now I don't have the support system at home. So you might take more time, or you might want to join early, right? So you should report any changes to your circumstances. Here are the circumstances, for example. So what is matching here, for example, is such as. Such as is for example. Write down this in your notebook somewhere. Okay. For example, these synonyms, this will be really helpful for you. Okay. For example, synonyms such as, like, for instance. Okay. In case of. All these are synonyms. Okay. Done. Noted.
Yeah.
So payments may be affected by differences in someone's what? Such as circumstances. Okay. So you think I don't get where it is, what it is. Don't keep reading and rereading. Okay. Because if you just keep reading and rereading, we have a problem. Just understand which words are matching where. Okay. So such as matched with this. After that, also return to work matched with this phrase. Job center and everything is after that. Okay. So you need to understand most of the time the answers would be like this if grammatically it's the same structure. Sometimes it's here. So these two patches should have the answer. Now differences. Where's the word differences? Differences means changes. Okay. And the payments might may be affected. So they can affect how much allowance you get. So this is already mentioned. Payments means allowance. This part is not there. So this is already used. This is used of the sentence. This part of the sentence is used. Which part is missing? Only the first one. This is also used. Changes means differences. So only thing was left is circumstances. Right? Report, should, you are like very minor words. Got it?
Yeah.
Did you understand what we did today?
Yes.
Good. Then tomorrow we are going to do this section 3. All right.
Okay.
So that you understand.
Okay.
Okay. So coming back to these rice cookers, when you have this information which is divided into like multiple cookers and they're asking which feature matches which one. So this is a question which is based on matching the information or the features. Okay, so they are saying for which rice cookers are the following statements true? Okay, now this is the sentence which you have to really focus on. Sometimes they give you this extra sentence below the instructions. All right, and since it is not in bold, we tend to overlook it. All right, you may use any letter more than once. That means I can have A, B, B, C, C, D, D. Like, okay, I can use the same letter twice or thrice. All right.
Okay. Yeah.
So if you see this, you can keep your mind open that even if I've used A, I can reuse it somewhere else. There could be like 2 features which can belong to A. Okay.
Okay.
So again, don't read the information because it is not in sequence. All right. This information is not in sequence. So even if I read this information, I really won't remember this. All right. So what I'll do is I'll try to read this first. Again, if your memory is good, you can read all the statements at one go, and then you can keep reading this as information, and you think, oh, I read about handles, I read about this, I read about stain, I read about early cooking and all. Then you can really mark by quickly, matching these statements. But most of the people are like panicked in the examination, so they cannot retain a lot of information. Okay, so this is a little tricky and time consuming in the initial first 3 or 4 questions because we have to read the paras or the shorter information n number of times. All right.
Yeah.
But we are going to use keywords here. First one, the handles. Now imagine your rice cooker. Okay, whatever, or you imagine any rice cookers that you know of, multiple rice cookers in different shapes and forms. The handles at the side are hard to use. Did you imagine the handles?
Yes.
Okay, I'm imagining this. Handles of a cooker. They are hard to use means they can be like little messy. Okay. I'm just telling you what comes to my mind. These handles, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. I'm imagining the same handles. You can imagine this longer handle as well.
Correct. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
They're hard to use, but they're handles. Okay. So maybe like up, down, or side to side, the ears. Okay. So I'm referring to this. At the side are hard to use. It's a negative statement that I have to find. Second, it cooks brown rice without making a mess. Do you know brown rice? Did you imagine?
Yeah.
Without making a mess. Isn't it a good thing?
Yeah. Without
Yes.
making a mess.
Yeah. The handles at the side are hard to use. Is a negative statement. It cooks brown rice without making a mess. It's like a happy face, happy housewife, happy women, happy man, whoever is cooking it. Right?
Right.
Ninth one. It automatically switches. You understand? Automatically. Like I
Switches, yeah,
imagine
on
like,
and off. Yeah.
like I don't need a human to do that. That is automatic. Switches setting to keep the rice warm when cooked. When they said setting, I imagine some digital display.
Yeah.
Okay. To keep the rice warm. Okay. So understand there's a warm rice. So maybe light steam is coming out of it when cooked. So I can see the cooked rice and it's still warm. And I know there's some digital display to do that. All right. So there are 3 different things. And it's a good thing, right? Again,
Yeah.
a positive thing. Then 10th one is difficult to get the removable top really clean. So I just imagine the lid of it. Okay, the lid of the cooker. Okay, the lid of the cooker, I should say, sorry. And then
It's
I'm just trying
difficult.
to clean, and it's not just coming out like sad face. Okay, the maid is struggling, I'm struggling, we're struggling to get it out. All right, so this is positive, negative, positive, negative. So what I do, I read this, and then I think that, okay, this is more than enough. I may not be able to remember a lot of information. So I go back to this. This is a passage, right?
Yeah.
Now, I know that I've read 4 statements, but there are like 5 cookers. Okay, let me read and understand. Okay, well, I don't need any capacity 1.8, stainless steel, okay, separate glass lid, handle stays cool.
Handle.
But I wanted
Yeah.
hard, negative for the handle. This is not the answer. It produces perfectly cooked white rice. No, I wanted brown rice. But tends to split when cooking brown rice. Oh, no, I wanted a good thing for brown rice. I may not use this cooker. There are slight dirt traps around the rim of the lid, and neither the pot nor the lid is dishwasher safe. Oh, there are
This
dirt
is
traps.
something. Yeah.
So around the rim. So
Uneasy to
dirt traps.
clean.
Yeah, maybe, dirt traps could be a good thing to clean. So dirt traps in the sense the dirt gets trapped in it. So it's negative then. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe I can use this as the A. Why
Yeah.
should I scroll? Okay, I'll just go here.
The lid
Yeah.
is not easy to clean.
So removable top, it's difficult. So I'll put A as the option. If I get something better, I'll replace it. But out of these 4, I just got A in 10th one. Okay, or 10th one in A.
Yeah.
Then this has a plastic exterior flip-flop lid. Lid locks when closed, becomes a secure handle. Oh, handle is a positive. I want negative. Aluminum exterior interior pot, difficult. Oh, interior pot. But I'm not referring to the pot, right? I have to refer to the lid, which is difficult to clear. No. It can't be put in a dishwasher. It's programmed to adjust the temperature. Programmed. Ding, ding.
Yes.
To adjust the
keep the
temperature.
rice warm.
Yeah,
I mean,
once the rice is done. So I imagine cooked rice.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that it stops cooking, but doesn't get cold. That means it
This
remains
is the
warm.
answer.
Opposite. Yeah. So this is the answer for the warm thing, wherever it is.
Yeah. Yes.
Here, ninth one. Okay.
Yeah.
Then I got two. Two are still left. Okay. This is a flip-flop lid. Again, I don't care about the lid. If it is negative, only then. Is made of non-stick, dishwasher safe. So these are not safe. These are safe. Rice cooker is ideal when cooking for one. Okay, small one only. It does not have any handles, so water sometimes overflows. Useless for all four.
No, yeah.
This has a painted steel exterior with a handle on each side and a
Inside,
steel
yeah.
interior. But handle, there's nothing negative or positive. It has lift-off lid. Okay, that comes out. The keep warm setting must be manually set, not automatically.
No. Yeah.
Oh,
Doesn't.
handles are tricky. So hard. Tricky to grip. I got this.
Yeah.
So this is D.
One.
Seventh one D. Okay, but still the brown rice one is not clear yet.
Yes.
Okay. And there was no brown rice mentioned in this. This is simple to use, not spitting or boiling over, even if cooking brown rice. I got it. By default, it was the last choice, E. Okay, so I got 4. Now I'll read the next 4. It's only because of the lack of retention. If you can retain all the information, you can read all at one go. Okay? Now we have done with we have completed the first. All right.
Yeah.
So in that process, we have not first 4. Okay. I think
7
that.
to 10.
Yeah. In that process, I read everything once. But if I know that I'm looking for certain specific things, I really do not retain other things. Okay. For example, the selection of recipes is provided with the cooker. Okay. Did you imagine the booklet, recipe booklet that comes with these pots and pans? Okay. Then it has a handle at the top for carrying the cooker safely. I just imagine a bucket kind of a thing.
Yeah.
A cooker with a handle.
Yes.
Okay. The outside of the cooker doesn't get too hot. I think it's good, right? I can hold it and just carry it anywhere. It doesn't get too hot. Maybe
just like
it's cold or
thermos.
cool.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. You can put the pot in the dishwasher. Okay. You can put the pot in the dishwasher. That means it's a good thing.
Dishwasher washer safe.
Yes. All right. Let's find out recipe book. Safe for carrying and doesn't get hot. And I can put it in the dishwasher. Where's the recipe book? Again, the same thing. Okay, stainless steel, glass lid, handle on the side, stays cool. But it's a handle on the lid, right? I want the entire thing to be cool, entire cooker, right?
Yeah.
Produces perfectly white rice, we don't need, okay. Nor the lid is dishwasher safe, neither nor, negative. Plastic, okay. The lid locks when closed and becomes a secure handle to carry.
Yes.
Yeah, I can match it with my bucket imagination.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. It's quite difficult, can't be put. So yes, it stops cooking but doesn't get cold. But that's the rice, not the outer this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then it has some capacity. I don't need a capacity anywhere. Inter pot is made of something. Is
And it's
dishwasher
safe.
safe?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So this is matching with dish.
Last
You
one.
can put the 14th one. Yes. And then here painted something. Steel inner pot of lid comes with a booklet. Yes. A range of ideas.
Yes.
Ideas means for rice dishes is recipes. Yes.
Yeah, it comes with a booklet matches.
Yes.
The
Yes.
recipe
It comes
book.
with recipes. Now the word recipes is like here it is. A range of ideas for rice dishes.
Yes.
See, the same word is not there. And then I'm still left with outside of the cooker doesn't get hot. Maybe E. But I have to prove. Prove. I need a proof. Yeah. The exterior stays cool. There's no danger of burning your hand.
Correct.
Okay. It matches with it. So what we did, we read the first 4 and we went through the sequence only for the information that we wanted. We didn't read everything so slowly. This has a flip-flop lid and point 3. The moment I said lid, capacity, I just jumped words. Okay. The moment I got like dishwasher, like I paused. And is it safe or not safe? Just because the word dishwasher safe is together, I'm not going to mark it. Okay. Because it was here also. Dishwasher safe. But the word is negative, or the entire sentence is negative. Just because you see the phrase, you don't mark it as true or false or right or wrong. You need to read the entire sentence. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. with your, you consider your reading capacity and retention capacity, also the familiarity. You can imagine the cookers and you can imagine the information very quickly. Okay, if the same thing is related to something, let's say dolphins or different types of parrots, we don't know so many types of parrots at times or dolphins. So imagination at times, gets jumbled when we read everything at once. All right.
Yeah, yeah.
So you experiment with yourself that you should be reading all 4, all 8, or only 4 at a time, first half and the second half. Or there are many people who are good in retaining information, then they read this thing. Okay. But the problem is I read very slowly then if I'm reading it, because I think everything is important. But not everything is important, right? I don't need the
Actually,
capacity here. Why should I
yeah.
read it so slowly like this? So don't read the passage first and then the statement.
Okay.
Hmm.
So you read 4 questions in one go. Now what I do is max to max I read 2 questions in one go, because then third question then I tend to forget.
The only problem is that the less number of questions you read at a time, the more number of times you have to go through the
consume. Yeah.
paras. Okay. So otherwise you have to search like handles, like that. Handles, everywhere handles. Or brown rice everywhere. Okay. So that's a
Yes.
concern, because then we are looking only at the text and we're not making some sense. All right. So sometimes the word brown rice is given, but actually it is not related to the same statement. It's something else. Okay.
Yeah.
So that could be a trap. See the number of minutes you put for these questions. If you can do your method in less number of minutes, completely fine. See, finally, we have to match the time with the accuracy, right?
Yeah.
Methods can be anything, like anything which helps you, right?
I'll
See if
try
your accuracy is
experimenting
more.
I'll try experimenting your thing that you did in this T15 T2 wallet.
Right. So the next test that you have, same patch, or I think section 1, second para has got the same thing. So try there and let me know. Okay.
Yeah, sure.